DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule that carries genetic information and is responsible for passing on traits from one generation to the next. It is found in the cells of all living organisms, from bacteria to plants and animals, and is a long, twisted double helix structure composed of 4 nucleotide building blocks, adenine, A, thymine, T, guanine, G, and cytosine, C. There are 2 basic types of DNA, single-stranded DNA, ssDNA. This is a DNA molecule that consists of a single strand of nucleotides. It is typically found in viruses and is not very stable. Double-stranded DNA, dsDNA. This is a DNA molecule that consists of 2 strands of nucleotides that are twisted together in a helical structure. It is the most common form of DNA and is found in the cells of all living organisms. Double-stranded DNA can be further classified into 3 types. bDNA, this is the most common form of double-stranded DNA and is the type that is typically depicted in textbooks. It has a right-handed helix structure and is relatively stable. aDNA, this is a less common form of double-stranded DNA that has a right-handed helix structure but is shorter and wider than bDNA. It is found in certain types of RNA molecules and in some bacterial and viral DNA. ssDNA, this is a rare form of double-stranded DNA that has a left-handed helix structure. It is found in certain regions of DNA that are under high tension or stress. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, has several important functions in living organisms: storage of genetic information. DNA contains the genetic instructions needed to build and maintain an organism. The sequence of nucleotides in DNA determines the sequence of amino acids and proteins, which are responsible for carrying out the functions of the cell. Replication. Before a cell divides, its DNA must be replicated so that each daughter cell receives a complete and identical copy of the genetic information. Gene expression. The information stored in DNA is used to direct the synthesis of proteins through a process called gene expression. During transcription, the DNA sequence is copied into RNA, which is then used as a template to assemble amino acids into proteins. Mutation, mutations, or changes in the sequence of nucleotides in DNA, can occur spontaneously or be induced by environmental factors such as radiation or chemicals. These mutations can lead to changes in the proteins produced by the cell, which can have a wide range of effects on DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is made up of repeating units called nucleotides. Each nucleotide consists of 3 components: a sugar molecule called deoxyribose, a phosphate group 1 of 4 nitrogenous bases, adenine, A, thymine, T, guanine, G, and cytosine, C. The nucleotides are linked together by covalent bonds between the phosphate group of one nucleotide and the sugar molecule of the next nucleotide. This forms a long, linear chain of nucleotides. The nitrogenous bases in DNA are paired in a specific way. Adenine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. These base pairs are held together by hydrogen bonds, which connect the 2 complementary strands of DNA to form the double helix structure. The sequence of the nitrogenous bases in DNA carries the genetic information that determines the traits of an organism. The order of the bases along the DNA molecule determines the sequence of amino acids and proteins, which are responsible for carrying out the